Welcome to the casting coach.
Yeah. We're all going in raw.
Hi everyone and welcome.
Have a second, I'll breathe and just get into
I need absolute silence.
Leonardo DiCaprio vibes.
Right. Hi everyone and welcome to the very first Club Iron YouTube video. I'm joined by the one and only Matthew.
And we're also joined by Rhys again. He liked us so much the first time. He had to come back around and give a special confessions video to him.
Yeah, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
Yes. I like
But
that.
anyway, this is going to be an interesting video Rhys is telling us. Full of confessions and we've got some pearlers according to Rhys.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's get started, Rhys. is it?
Well, yeah, we just thought it'd be a bit of fun in it, so see, get the Instagram followers engaged.
Yeah.
See if we could get any juicy, embarrassing gym confessions on there.
Yeah.
Obviously, hold up to any if we're guilty of them ourselves. Although some of these I can't see being too relatable. So no, some of them are pretty good. So again, the first one. So this is actually a two-parter. So once I was on the treadmill at the gym and I saw a really hot-looking guy by the weights and he was looking at me. I decided to do the hot girl run and he started smiling and pulling weird faces at me. So I thought he was flirting. So I decided to wave, only to forget to keep running, and flew off the treadmill, broke my leg. But turns out he was never looking at me. He was just doing those faces people do when they lift weights.
Oh. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, how is that relatable in any way?
Well, have you ever done a hot girl run?
I think the other thing is...
Deep down I actually wrote that.
Yeah, that's where your powerlifting career is going to go down the drain, is it? Because you keep falling off treadmills.
Well, it's because I fucking got on the treadmill in the first place.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to be doing cardio, are you?
I don't do cardio.
Can relate to that, Rhys, in any way?
No, I can't. But do you know what makes what makes it worse is the fact that he wasn't waving or smiling at her.
Yeah.
Like, at least...
Surely you can see the difference between somebody like when... And then somebody just
going...
going...
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if
There's a difference.
can you imagine if he's on a fucking hack squat and he's there, like we were in legs the other day, and he's just pushing, he's going, like, I'm pulling a fist.
She's like,
oh, he's into me.
It's just one of those moments. Have you ever had those moments in life where, like, you're walking down somewhere and someone's waving you and you're like waving back and they're like that, and they're waving at someone behind you?
Yeah.
It's just like one of them moments, I think.
Or sometimes if you shout someone's name and because you think it's them and it's not actually them,
and they turn around
and they look at you.
Yeah.
But at the end, you didn't break up. You didn't end up with a broken leg at the end of it.
That was quite PG. I'm expecting these to get a little bit more.
Oh, but some of them are just a bit funny. But then there's some which are maybe like a bit like out of order.
Got to warm up, you know.
Yeah,
just go straight into the deep.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, we just got to go. You got to. It's the foreplay first.
Yeah, this is the foreplay.
Yeah.
Let's get the five play then.
Every
Oh god, that was terrible.
That was bad.
That was terrible.
Okay, so I lifted weights which were way too heavy for me because I wanted to act like the big guy in the gym.
Ego lifting.
I literally pissed myself. So he literally pissed himself mid lift because he was trying to lift too hard.
Do you know what? As much as
yeah.
Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if I was a woman. Have you seen the women who are doing lifts?
Yeah.
And, like the deadlifts, and they're just like.
that's normal.
Gushing,
Though. That's normal.
Yeah, is that normal for a woman?
Yeah.
That is. Oh no, yeah, it is.
I think when you're like your body's
it's something to do with when they do hips as well. It's the pressure that's put on the yeah.
Well, to be fair, for a start, I got to commend the bloke for.
I mean, to be fair, like usually when it's ego lifting. Typically, you don't associate girls a lot with like, as in, not saying you don't, but there's not when you go to a gym, not many girls. You see and think, oh, they're ego lifting in the gym. They're pretty good form.
To be fair,
execution.
no, because they know they're not very strong. They're not outlifting me.
I don't know, man. There's probably there's some. I guarantee there's some women at the amateur Olympia that would make us both look like bitches.
No, there's some powerlifters as well. There's one woman, right, and she's like squatting 200 kilo, and she's not actually that heavy. She's like 90 kilos. Yeah, she's lighter than me, and she squats more.
That's what I mean. Like some are just absolute animals.
Yeah.
But it's the sense of in general, like the gen pop, like. If you're in the gym.
Gen pop.
Yeah, gen pop. General population. Come on now, we need to shorten things up.
Yeah. He's actually older than us as well. We don't know his lingo.
Sorry, I'm just down with the kids,
Reached a bit of a boom.
Well, school teacher, innit? So, got to be down with the kids. But I think if when I only just assumed it was a bloke because you say ego lifting, you just assume.
Yeah, you don't associate that with a woman.
But I've never pissed myself on the gym floor from lifting weights.
I'm trying to think of a time. I don't think I have done that ever.
I've definitely farted doing
I was going to say, I think
you're not guilty of that. You're not training hard enough.
Farting for me.
That's what I said earlier. I said that earlier as well.
There's 2 exercises.
That's fast.
I think. Yeah.
That's fast.
Right. Okay. So.
God, these are long.
So for some reason when I'm working out, my nose likes to run. Saw a guy I've had a crush on for years, and when we walked past each other, we both smiled, and I was focusing on not freaking out. So breathed so heavily out of my nose, my snot blew a bubble, and he just looked at me in shock. I quit the gym the next day.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think it's
I quit the gym. I'd moved town. I'd literally relocate.
Oh God!
Did that happen to Rhys then?
Yeah,
this guy's moving to hell, you know. So
yeah, maybe something embarrassing happened to me in the gym, and I have to leave. That's why I'm going.
That's a massive L moment, and imagine the awkwardness in that guy's face. You know, blowing snot bubbles. Straight down to his eye line. To be fair, I don't think I've ever really done that.
I mean, every interaction I have, I have in the gym is really awkward. If it's like, it doesn't matter what gender you are. If I walk past you in the gym, it's usually a really awkward smile, and sometimes I might trip up or I'll fall into something, or I think I got my leg stuck in. Do you know like the big the what do you call it? The thing you put on your shoulder, like your bag on your shoulder, the strap.
Oh right, okay.
The strap.
Yeah.
I got my foot caught in the strap on my side bag once, and I fell over on the deadlift platform. That's the worst that's happened to me when I was like looking at someone like.
Oh no! I did it the other day. I literally put plates on the machine, and I looked up. I was putting it away, and I just walked into a barbell. Just walked into it. Oh. Cracked my head on it.
It's so embarrassing. I mean, you know that. It's quite impressive.
Thing is though, it's like in Britain we all have that, you know, that awkward face when you're in like the supermarket and you see somebody you don't really know, and it's kind of, you're just like, you know, it's just like awkwardness. We're just, as a British public, we're so awkward, and it's like we're so politely awkward. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you don't want to be like, but then like, you know, everyone does that face, and it's like, I think it's so common. But I don't think snot's quite common.
No, it's not. No. I can't say that I've ever had snot blow up my nose mid-training session. To be honest, I'd never had my nose go runny.
I think my nose. I think I have like done like my nose has run a bit when I'm like squatting or something. But I prioritise the lift itself. Like everything else can wait. If there's feces coming out to me, it comes out. You know, whatever happens.
I'd be fucking hell. I wouldn't like to be a member of your gym.
I'm on the marketing team for our gym, so if you want to come down, no, I'm joking, obviously.
So we're probably getting in a little bit worse for wear with
let's get some injuries.
That was a good one.
So this was pretty bad. So remember I was talking about like the R-rated sort of stuff that I was getting, and some weren't necessarily gym confessions.
No.
So this is one of them. I beat my meat a few times when I visit your Insta. Have a good day. I appreciate the posts, mate.
Mate, that's a blow.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, as an avid gym goer, I think I can appreciate your pin posts on Instagram. They are quite good.
Yeah, but I don't think you beat your meat to them on a daily basis.
I don't think
you haven't asked me.
And I said, okay, it was definitely him. But do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's wrong with people?
Nah.
Like,
you asked for it though, to be fair.
But I asked for no, I didn't ask for it. I asked for anonymous gym confessions. I didn't want someone to confess that they play with themselves over me.
But isn't that a good thing? Aren't you like, wow, I'm glad that
oh yeah, ma'am, I've made it. There's people that wank over me on the internet.
Well, there's going to be people anyway. At least they've warmed up to it.
Yeah, but I may as well start an OnlyFans and make some fucking money from it.
Why don't you?
So definitely lose my job as a teacher. Definitely lose my job as a teacher.
Look at those veins.
Well, I mean, we are on the casting couch after all, aren't we? So you know,
are we going to be allowed to post this? We send this straight to your school.
Yeah, of course. Put it on straight away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one then.
Right then. So that one was. I gave myself a hemorrhoid by going too heavy and too low on the pendulum squat. That sounds like a nasty one.
Hemorrhoid, that's like a brain thing, yeah?
No, that's
a hemorrhage. That's a hemorrhoid.
You probably could give yourself a hemorrhage if you were like.
I was going to say that's like
your blood vessel pop.
That's like fit up.
What is a hemorrhage?
I thought a hemorrhage was like.
Hemorrhage is like a brain. It's explosion.
It's like basically like, you know, when like I think it's in like a blood vessel or a vein.
Hemorrhage is like when there's pressure build up.
Yeah, build up and it explodes.
Yeah.
Like,
it can kill you.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure people could definitely die from that if they were like holding their breath for too long and pushing, squeezing too hard. Like,
yeah, but what's a hemorrhoid? I don't know What's a hemorrhoid?
I think it's like a large physical lump on your head. I think fighters get it sometimes.
I don't think it is. I'm just gonna check.
But fair play to this guy for training hard enough to give himself a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, no, I thought this is what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it was just in case I was wrong.
What's the definition?
So, lumps inside and around your anus, apparently.
Oh right, never mind.
No, yeah, but apparently, yeah, he gave himself a hemorrhoid.
Well, so basically he's just pulled some muscles.
Yeah, inside his ass. Yeah.
Fair play. I mean, if you train hard,
I'm just hoping at least he had like a decent bit of weight on the bar.
Yeah, like I'm hoping for 225 or something.
Like you don't really want to turn around into the bloke sitting and saying,
he was warming up.
No, I was saying, can you imagine saying, oh yeah, I gave myself a hemorrhoid from squatting 60 kegs.
Yeah, well, Matthew injured himself squatting the bar.
Damaged my ligament on just the bar. So,
but the thing is,
it's happened to anyone, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not an arse injury though, is it?
True.
I mean, that's not as embarrassing, is it? Like people you can go and wreck your knee from just like tripping up awkwardly.
True.
You can't go and wreck your ass from just.
Well, we didn't know this till now.
If you've got a job after this goes out, then I'm going to be so surprised.
Well, because I say the word arse and I use some profanities every now and then.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to keep it mixed
up.
At the
end of the day, I've not said anything inappropriate.
Do you know when you upload a YouTube video, you have to press if it's for kids or not? This is definitely
this
is kids.
This is warning kids.
This is only for kids.
This is warning kids.
We're teaching them about the stupid stuff to not do in the gym, like forget to walk on the treadmill.
Do you know I have done that before, and I didn't even know how I did it. I must have you know when you step off on the side, if you're doing like intervals, you jump on the side and you're still running,
Yeah.
And then basically, instead of running back on, I sort of imagined it speeding up slowly, so I walked in it.
And then flew off.
And obviously it was at like, in DW, it was at like speed like 8 or 9. It was pretty fast. I don't know, it's just, my head doesn't work well really, to be honest. It's just stupid.
No, but have you seen, when you watch the videos?
But I don't get on the treadmill often, to be fair to me.
No, you don't walk often, do you?
Do
you want to tell the story about you purchasing water in the gym, Al? And about it being too much cardio for you to simply walk around?
I like to be efficient. So if I'm doing cardio, I'm burning calories, which means it costs more for me to eat. I know it sounds stupid, but stay with me. But basically, I was getting water in the gym, and I could either have her get the water for me, or I could go back outside of the gym, get the water, pay for it, and come all the way back in. And that's like 8 steps, and I thought...
That's destroying his gains.
Do you know what's stupid? It was a cardio day anyway. It's a cardio day. I went straight to the treadmill anyway, but I just thought that I need to save myself,
Yeah, definitely.
Save yourself for your fast-paced walking. The treadmill.
It's brisk walking is the technical term.
It's the efficient term, is it? Brisk walking.
Brisk walking. I will move on to the next one for this one. So quite similar to one of the other ones we've had, but a bit different. So this individual dropped their phone when they were on the Stairmaster and bent down to pick it up while he was still moving and ended up in a heap on the floor. Now, I'm not sure which ones were... Obviously, the girl who did it on the treadmill broke her leg, so obviously that was bad. But I can imagine that if you were to fall on the stairs, it would hurt a lot more.
Yeah, you've got to take a pretty juicy step up to get onto it in the first place.
Yeah.
If you're under
and you've got like 3 steps
you've got
as
a pretty
well.
chunky jump. You've got to get someone to lift you up.
I imagine though, if you bent down to pick up your phone like that, surely wouldn't she have flipped and landed on her head or her neck or something as well?
To be fair, most of these sound like you've been framed sort of.
Yeah.
Well, these sound like really thick twats.
I wish I knew who they were though, because literally you could
you
could find out what gyms they're in.
Yeah, we're gonna pay for pro now. We'll find out.
No, that's not even the funniest thing, right? Literally, now that we've spoken about this, one of the boys in work with me in the warehouse gym, Talbot. Yeah, plug there.
Shameless with it.
Yeah,
yeah. Also, while you're there, subscribe to feed serotonin. Anyway.
Josh Warehouse. So but the lad who works there, Josh, he was showing me videos, and then when he was doing plyometrics, and he said he was getting a bit cocky, and it was one morning, and they were doing plyometric box jumps.
Yeah.
So doing box jumps, and he was standing there, and he had he showed me the CCTV. He had his coffee in his hand, and he decided to do a one-legged box jump.
With the coffee.
Yeah, with the coffee in hand. So he jumped up, and as he landed, the box flipped over, and he flipped with it, and he landed basically on his neck.
What?
And he basically
did a front flip, basically.
Yeah, he literally full on like tumbled straight over, landed his neck, and he said he sort of like blacked out for a second and woke up and was just like in the shock, like just loads of pain. Like I was
because you're like, I cannot believe I'm not paralysed right now because you think you've snapped your neck.
I was in bits watching the video because it's the funniest thing I've seen all day.
Scary though. Every time I see someone when they land on their neck, I think, shit, that person's literally going to die.
Yeah, have you seen some of the horrible videos on the internet? You see people like, you know, their heads proper.
I don't like.
The thing is though, one bad like impact, and that's you done.
The thing is though, is people like, you see people getting like hit really hard in places where like you should be permanent damage, and they're fine, and then you get someone who gets like a little graze somewhere, and the next thing they
and they like disintegrate, and then that's it, like gone, you know,
But I think that one was it that one? Yeah. So with this one now, which was my guilty pleasure is listening to heartbreak music when I shower and performing a concert every night to my fans. Shampoo bottles.
Okay, this one sounds more clinically insane.
That's not a gym confession.
I feel like it's not a gym confession.
You've misunderstood the assignment.
I know.
This person.
I know. I also think they've made it up as well, because how many shampoo bottles would they have to make it, you know, actually feel like a concert?
Nobody actually does this. This is what you see in films. No one sings in a shampoo
They've ripped
bottle.
this off from a movie, 100%. Right, we're moving on from this one. This is BS. Get stuffed.
Capped.
I always fart with my headphones in and panic about how loud it might have been, lol.
To be fair,
I do this.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Sometimes you're wondering, like, you think it's going to be silent, and you're just not entirely sure.
I wasn't
so you think, all right, I'm going to fart here now, and then you turn your music down, or you like touch your AirPod in order to gauge how loud it actually is when you fart.
Oh no, they
you imagine the anxiety. I would get such bad anxiety if I farted for like a second, right? And I was on like the tube or something. I know it's quite loud, but if you're like loads of other people there, and I can't hear it with my AirPods in. So if I do it and then like just not worry about the aftermath, and I think that takes some serious confidence.
But it's funny though, because it's obviously it'd be super fucking embarrassing if it's loud.
Well, it depends.
But if it's silent, and you cannot tell me that you're not being guilty of this, and you cannot tell me you don't find it hilarious when you fart in a packed room and everyone starts pulling faces, and you can see everyone sort of going, but they don't know it's you, and you know it's you. The thing is, you see that it's not you.
I eat over 200 grams of protein a day, so my farts are not.
My ass reeks. Think about it. I am literally on like 2,200 calories on a training day and 1,800 on a rest day, and I'm consuming 270 grams of protein on both of those days. Not to mention the fact that literally, like, I cover all my food in like cayenne chili, garlic powder, onions, peppers, literally.
Do you know what? Every time I eat onions and peppers, your farts smell horrible. I know this is probably really disgusting, but it's just true.
I don't think people know this.
Vegetables smell disgusting when they come out the other end. So
to be fair, they smell disgusting before they go in.
Vegetables are nice if you make them properly, bro.
Yeah, true. I need to get on that Rhys Richards veg prep.
My veg prep is the best.
I know, I don't eat enough veg, I'm not going to lie.
So I made the most banging eggs this morning as well, but we won't get to
If you want to see this, you want to head over to Rhys's Instagram, by the way.
Yeah,
you've got a YouTube channel as well, though.
Well, no, I planned on starting one, and I just went tits up, really, to be honest, because I basically filmed a load of content for 3 weeks in, leading into my first show.
Yeah.
And then I ended up editing the first video on the Mac, and it was like, oh yeah, really good, and then I couldn't export it, and then but it was like literally for some reason, and I tried everything, it just wouldn't export. And then my dad was trying to help me as well, and just couldn't get it. And then one night when he said that he had to like give the laptop back to work, we kept trying it, and then eventually it happened. But that was like 2 weeks ago, which is 8 weeks after I competed.
So there's no point.
Which is 10 weeks after I did my show. Well, there's not no point.
You could add a little video onto it on the NC.
My plan was thinking is putting in like a throwback video. So if I start YouTube from when I
throwback Thursday.
Yeah, like if I go to Hull now, and maybe I start off from there again when I'm in Hull.
Well, you're gonna have
Mark, seriously, I'm not going to be able to edit this if you don't put that mic closer, because the volume's going to be so quiet.
How do I, there's no...
No, you need to make sure you're putting the mic a bit closer to reach, because you're bringing it here for you, and then it's like, I can see it on there, like there's literally hardly anything. I'm not saying put it like right up here, but it's really quiet. I know, because it's going to be a pain in the arse for me, see.
That's all.
By the way,
I'm going to
leave this in. Matthew does all like the nice stuff. And I do all the really hard graft in the background. So really, all of this is like 90% me, just so everyone knows. Matthew just holds the mic. I gave him that mic to hold.
To be fair, all I do is come to Alex's house, use his toilet, come here, just chat.
It's basically like when your mum moans at your dad because he does jack shit.
Yeah. I don't have that problem, so
no,
not anymore.
We won't get into that because that's some deep trauma nobody needs to hear about.
No one cares.
We're getting dark.
No one cares.
This is taking a turn.
Work harder, no one cares about you.
Exactly.
Anyway, carry on.
So, let one rip on the leg press with a Fitbird on the machine next to me. I've been guilty of that before, without a doubt. I have ripped a fart on a leg press on more than one occasion.
I have, only because sometimes I used to wear a belt. And because I'm like 78% body fat,
all I'm hearing is just excuses. He just needed a fart.
Nah, I tell you what it was. When I turned vegan, I was vegan for a month. I used to eat a tin of lentils as a pre-workout meal. I didn't realise how much fibre was in a tin of lentils. So that hasn't digested by the time I get there. My stomach is like a pool of water and it's like ready to go, you know. So I'm on
oil.
So I'm ready. I'm leg pressing and it's just, honestly, it's just terrible. What I have done though, I actually say let one rip, and this isn't exactly like a fart, but I was squatting and there was like, a female here, a female here, a female behind me, not surrounding me. They were doing their own thing.
Oh yeah, they
were.
But
I had knee sleeves on, and I wash my knee sleeves like once every 6 years. So I took them off, and they were sweaty, and they basically like it lets off the stench.
Yeah.
Usually I go to the changing room and take them off and come back. But I just thought, I'm going to chuck them off, and I just thought they're going to be smelling this because it stinks and it stays on me. So wherever I go, it follows me. That's the only thing that's ever, and it's really bad as well. It's like terrible.
To be fair, I can relate to the whole knee sleeves thing. Because I literally messaged you the other day, Al, didn't I? Asking how to wash knee sleeves because mine are just starting to smell now. But that's what you get when you train hard, see, anyways.
Yeah, that's what you get when you sweat. Yeah,
If you don't sweat, you're not doing it right.
It's also what you get when you don't wash your things.
Yeah, you've got to wash your knee sleeves. That's a tip. Because
it's not efficient. Washing knee sleeves isn't efficient enough for me.
What I've decided, right?
But I mean, the thing is, it's you only how often do you train legs?
I don't know.
I mean, if you only train legs once a week, I
train once a week now, but I used to squat 3 times a week, so I used to wear my knee sleeves at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, but you have weeks where you have like more rest and have deloads and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, but the problem was, because I was wearing them 3 times a week, they would still be wet when I would wear them a couple of days later.
I don't think it matters because I think they're soaking wet. But
to be honest, because there's so much juice in those knee sleeves, you can smell them before a lift and they act as smelling salts. So they are multi-purpose.
They're very pungent then.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, this is like the most disgusting club I
know.
We've only just started.
It just keeps getting worse and worse. It's all about farting. Oh, that one! I have had a wet dream about you.
So this is a combination of people farting and peeing in the gym
and falling
falling in love with Rhys.
Yeah. And then the next one after that is, I've always wanted you to be my PT, but you're so fit that I'd fall in love with you. And I'm not like, that does actually say that, doesn't it? No.
No,
Says, you're disgustingly ugly and I don't know what you're doing with your life. I hate you. No. It was the first one.
Sorry.
It was the first one.
Whoever this is, I think you should just shoot your shot. Life's too short, I think, Rhys. Do you agree?
Yeah. Life is too short.
You just got to do it, I think.
Yeah.
But if you want
I mean, if you're from Wales, you haven't really got much of a chance now.
Yeah, you've got to be from
6
Hull.
hours away.
If you're not from
If
Hull,
you like long distance, Rhys is your man.
Yeah.
Do you like long distance, Rhys?
Yeah, it means I get peace and quiet.
Right, so any birds from Ghana?
Ghana. Hit Rhys up.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't know.
Oh, which one we got next then?
Just to give me something really.
Not that one. Oh, I don't know if I have to see now if I've got any juicy ones off the rest of them. I guarantee. I think everyone.
If it's a normal ones, because we haven't even any like relatable.
Yeah,
no,
I think someone asked me what colour my room is, so I imagine they wanted some sort of answer.
Show them.
Yeah. No, thank you. I mean,
they wanted
first of all, they have to have, first of all, they should be able to spell colour correctly. I mean, we're not American.
To be fair, they could be from America.
They're either American or
be
British
worldwide.
and stupid. So.
And definitely not worldwide.
We don't know.
Mr. Worldwide.
Well, Club Iron is international.
Club is international.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is. There's actually people listening from Oceania.
There's people outside Furness who listen to this podcast.
Yeah, there probably is.
People on the other side of Park Owen listen to this.